Welcome to the Dr. Erin Show. May you live your truth. Good morning from sunny Los Angeles. This is Dr. Erin, teaching universal truth and spiritual law. And today is Wednesday. It's all about Wednesday wisdom, and I call it Wealth Wednesday. So the topic on Wednesdays, we touch on prosperity, leadership, business, and the genre, because we care about this so much in America, especially. We are definitely a production, rat race kind of driven culture. I'll never forget, I was in Bali one year, a few years back, and I had such an epic time connecting with Divine Source and deeper into my spirituality. And I'll never forget, I actually took a picture of myself the day before I left Bali because I was kind of overwhelmed with tears, like I need to go back to that rat race. And I just was kind of dreading it, quite frankly. But at the same time, I love America. I love United States. I love my home, and the karmic work is here. And part of that is claiming our birthright of prosperity, of wealth, of abundance, of cashola, if you will. And I know that the entire system of money is, we're going to have a big shift here. I just feel it. It's changing dramatically, and it's going to be interesting to see where this all goes. So let's do this. The topic today is how to get rich. And I think it's a great topic because it's just it's a goal, it's a desire, it's a whole thing with our younger cultures, is to get rich. And I know that it's shifting. The value system has shifted with this new generation. And I think there's a divide. There's some people that really want to be quote rich, and there's people, the younger generation, that realizes that their value system has changed. They care about actually fulfilling their dreams more than any other generation. But today we're going to talk about how to get rich. And first of all, when we talk about something like this, we need to define, what does it mean to be rich? Because each person has a different definition of that. For one person, being rich means having a bunch of money or assets. For another person, rich means having incredibly deep, rich relationships and life and all the above. So in that, let's just do this. So the truth is, to be rich is to have a rich life filled with abundant community, mindset, and way of being. And I do believe that working with top CEOs and people who are worth, I've worked with people that are worth $100 million per se. And what I've noticed actually is that people have incredible relationships. If you are that wealthy, if you have that level of business going on, generally, people have to have a big community, whether that is a good community or bad community or a community that's harming Mother Earth or not. What I know for certain is that they have big community. I've yet to witness somebody that has a rich lifestyle, meaning rich in all levels, without having a big community. So I would say that community is one of the greatest things of how to get rich. If you want to get rich, you got to get out of the mindset of being an individual and doing it all on your own. That is old school. That's not how Spirit wants us to do it. And we have to connect. And so what I know is the extent to which you tap into the unlimited gold within you and the infinite innovation within is the extent to which you'll have a rich life. Literally, the meditative mind is your greatest asset. And again, witnessing people who I would consider have rich lives, they have good relationships, they have, their families doing well, they are doing well on the prosperity money aspect of things. I have noticed that they have an ability to tap into something within themselves. Whether they use it for good or whether they use it to not be so good, they're able to tap into their unique truth. And so today I'm just going to know the truth with you. I'm going to know that how do you get rich? You get rich by knowing that you're worth more than all the gold on this entire planet. Who you are within you is the innovation of all potential, of all future in you. That you are only limited to the extent that you have limiting beliefs and that you try and force things into existence instead of allowing yourself to open your mind up, innovate, collaborate, and help bring value and service to others. I'm going to say that again. Literally, when you begin to get out of your individual self and you get divided into the divine, and it's the vine that connects everything. When you tap into that source, that truth, that true nature of who you are, which is pure creation, anything is possible, especially a rich life, right? So, on that note, today's daily universal law is the law of evolution. And this is an interesting topic, I think, because what is evolution? And I believe that, there's religions that don't believe in evolution. There's, obviously a lot of scientists that completely believe in evolution. And I'm just going to tell you from a new thought minister perspective and science of mind perspective what we believe evolution is. Okay, so this is something you might want to get out a pen and paper, because this is important, because people are like, well, what does it mean? How do we evolve? Blah, blah, blah. Is it just we're just created? So the creative process begins with a belief in mind, which sets polarity into motion. And evolution is the effect of this polarity in physical form. So meaning that if you want to have a rich life, and you want to evolve into somebody that is, has a wealthy mindset, it has to begin at a conscious level. It begins from pure creation, from spirit, and the evolution comes out in form from the primary cause, which is spirit, your true self. You can also take this from a physical aspect, because a lot of people, when they think of evolution, they think of physical form, like having the fifth finger or something like that, right? So evolution is actually from what's demanded, how we have to survive in this world, right? So you're such a powerful spiritual being that the moment you even consider yourself something, you set in polarity. You set polarity into motion, which sets in a whole stream of events. So the actual physical form of evolution is also always from consciousness. So back to our conversation of how to get rich. If you want to get rich and have rich relationships and have a rich life and have rich health and have rich money in your bank account, then you need to begin with a wealth mindset that is shifting to an abundant mindset instead of a scarcity mindset. And I watch it over and over again. It's really funny. I really invite you to take a look today and be mindful of your relationships, practicing giving instead of receiving. And I think it's the biggest shift in a wealthy mindset. And that's actually our daily spiritual practice today, because each day we have a daily spiritual practice. Your daily spiritual practice is not just the 10 minutes of meditation in your, in the corner of your room. Your daily spiritual practice is every word that you say, every thought that you think, every interaction you have today. That's your daily spiritual practice. So be mindful today with your relationships. Practice giving instead of receiving. And I promise, how do you make money? You bring value to other people, right? If you want a rich life, you help other people. So today's challenge of the day, because we are in this game called life, it's like a little board, like a game board we're playing here, right? So the challenge today is to contact 3 new people today and ask them how you can bring value to them personally and professionally. And I promise your life will begin to shift when people actually believe that you care, believe that you're here to serve them. And so what is a rich life? You get to define that today. We look around, we see people in fancy cars and da-da-da-da. And we know this from a Harvard study, that 75-year study, that money does not equate to happiness. So guess what? You get to define what a rich life is for you. What is a rich life for you? I invite you to sit down and journal on that with your tea or coffee this morning. Or if you're listening to this late at night, light a candle and get a meditation position and begin to write out, what it is. What do you consider a rich life? Does it mean that there's great people around you? Does it mean there's really pure food that heals your body? Does it mean that you have a lot of diamonds and gold, whatever? I don't know what that is for you. For me personally, a rich life really is tapping into source. That's number one. Because when I'm able to tap into source and detox my body and live in a pure state that really is one with spirit, my true self, my higher self, everything is given. Everything's added to that. It's just, life is easy and all possibilities there and all resources and all relationships just actually naturally show up. There's not any force. There's literally just allowing and getting out of my own fucking way, quite frankly. Your job is to get out of the way to have a rich life. If you want a rich life, all you got to do is release your limiting beliefs and then take inspired action. It's really that simple. We really overcomplicate it. What is a rich life? Remember that you are worth more than all the gold on this entire planet. You are worth more than all the gold on this entire planet. And when you decide and demand that you are worthy of a rich life, that's the moment you will begin to live a rich life. So on that note, Please like, share, and comment. If you're listening to this, if you're listening to the podcast, please give me a nice review. Tell me something. I don't know. But also you can find me across the board on social media. It's Dr. Erin. You can find me also at drerin.tv and erinfallhaskell.com. Please join our communities. Give me a message. Give me a shout out. All that goody stuff. So have a wonderful, wonderful day on this Divine Wednesday, Wealth Wednesday, Wisdom Wednesday, all those hashtags. I have no idea. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you back here 11 minutes a day. I want to be in your life 11 minutes a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. That's right. You and me, we're in this thing together. Whether you want to wake up with me in bed, whether you want to take a sacred siesta with me, drive in traffic across, I don't know, New York, LA, wherever you are in the world, London, or if you want to fall asleep with me next to you. I'd love to be in your life because that's what we are. We're in relationship. Big hugs, you guys.